What's up, guys? My name is MadSquash924. Welcome back to another episode of some Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords, Part 58. So, I did a lot of off-camera work, as I said I was going to from the end of the last episode. A lot of off-camera work. And, I forgot to mention this, but the Ferocity Juyo lightsaber form, as you see, is a single opponent, and then force powers, plus and minus. What does that mean for us, though? Well, I'll tell you what it means, for those of you that don't know. It's very good for us in our case because if we look here, then we get a -4 to defense. Not bad. We get a +2 defense to our current target. That good. Here's the kicker though. Not this one. We get saves versus force powers, -4%, and we get an entire other attack per round. And then we get a critical hit attack modifier of +4. That's insane. Especially for the build that we have going on. Oh, one thing of note. My lightsabers are no longer green. They are now the color of Viridian. So if you think they were a little bit off-colored, that's why. Kreia, we'll discuss Kreia when the time comes. And then I accidentally somehow duplicated 2 lightsabers when I was doing the little grinding. So I have enough lightsabers for everybody now. With the crystals, which is nice. Well, most crystals, not all crystals. Ooh, it's all fixed. But today is the beginning of the endgame, as I would like to call it. That's for sure. So, let's go. But yeah, everybody's all upgraded out. It took a long time for me to upgrade everybody. I do want to show off one person, because obviously everybody has their stuff, but I want to show off Bayodur real quick. With his orange lightsaber he has now. So, the damage on him is kind of disgusting. You want to see? Yeah, I know. It's only 30 to 59. That's pretty good. And 21 to 50. These aren't even, like, bad swings. Imagine the crits he's gonna have. Insane. Visas. She has 2 purple lightsabers. These were the ones that accidentally got duplicated, so that's what she's using. And then Mira has her lightsaber. It does 21 to 46. Excuse me, that's me. 10 to 35. There we go. And, that's mostly it. I think I gave Mandalore a better weapon. Yes, it's 25 to 59 now, which is even more disgusting than before. So yeah, did a lot of things. And I geared everybody up to the best of their abilities. Visas now has like 30 dexterity. Before she was like in the mid-20s, I think. It's pretty crazy. We haven't been here since KOTOR 1, guys. Look at this place.
It is different. It has been some time. Forgive me, but I need to rest. Go on. The council awaits. I will remain here.
You're afraid?
Yes. Afraid for you. As I always have been, I will be fine here. Whatever answers the council have are for you. Alone.
Is there anything wrong?
I am tired. The journey has been a long one, and I need to center myself.
Okay.
Know that much may happen here, but above all, do not forget this. You may trust in me. We cradle each other's lives And what threatens one of us threatens us both. And if you find you cannot trust me, trust in your training, trust in yourself. Never doubt what you have done. All your decisions have brought you to this point. And now, perhaps, they shall see what you have become.
There they are.
As it was.
But perhaps that is for the best.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us. And
The
I
heck?
imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you've come for revenge.
That was Kavar's voice inside of Zezkael. That was really weird. It's a weird glitch. I'm here to ask why you all cast me out of the Order.
We cast you out of the Order because you followed Revan to war. There was no other reason.
No, there was another. You had become different somehow, changed. The war had changed you.
You were no longer a Jedi, but we could not tell you why. Some explanations mean nothing unless the one who suffers comes to the answer on their own. What had happened to you was punishment enough, and the Jedi do not kill their prisoners.
And if you had stayed, you would have changed us, and that we could not allow.
What do you mean? Changed you?
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
What about my companions?
Have you noticed that when you act, others follow?
Those that travel with you.
They follow you without question, without hesitation.
Against their instincts, and sometimes against their sense.
It is because you are a leader, but that still fails to grasp the meaning of what I'm trying to tell you.
What are you trying to say? That I'm controlling them?
It is not an easy thing to explain. Sure, you are familiar with force bonds. It is the bond that develops between apprentice and master when one truly understands another. It is developed over time through understanding of each other. Yet you do it so easily, and we do not know why.
You make connections through the Force, and it resonates with those who travel with you. The resonance is even greater when they, too, are Force-sensitive.
Your actions affect others more than you know. You draw others to you, especially those strong in the Force.
When you suffer, their spirit echoes it. And when they are in pain, their pain becomes yours.
And how did this happen?
We do not know, but it is not the first time you felt the weight of so many lives.
And that is why the Mandalorian Wars echo within you still.
Elaborate.
We did not cut you off from the Force. You were merely deafened to it. Because of that last battle of the Mandalorian Wars.
The screams of countless thousands, Jedi and Mandalorians, crushed by the planet's gravity, annihilated.
Their lives still scream across the surface of that dead planet, and within you. To hear the Force over such pain, it is not possible. It was too much for any Jedi to endure, and it is a wonder that you did not die there when thousands perished. All those you had fought with and struggled with. You cut yourself off because you had to if you were to survive. You had hints of it in the war on Doxon. Malachor was simply the final blow.
You were deafened.
At last, you could hear.
You were broken.
You were whole.
You were blinded.
And at last, you saw.
When you returned to us, we saw what had happened. You carry all those deaths at Malachor within you. And it has left a hole, a hunger that cannot be filled.
In you, we saw a wound in the Force.
In you, we saw the end of the Force.
What? But my connection to the Force is even stronger than before.
Yes. You can feel the Force, but you cannot feel yourself. You are a Cypher, forming bonds, leeching the life of others, siphoning their will and dominating them. It is the teaching of these new Sith to feed on others, on other Force sensitives. They are symptomatic of the wound in the Force. You are a breach that must be closed. You transmit your pain, your suffering through the Force. Within you we see something worse than merely the teachings of the Sith. What you carry may mean the death of the Force, and the death of the Jedi.
But I can feel the Force again. Strongly.
So you think. It is not the strength of a Jedi you feel.
He's right. It's all the death you've caused to get here. You feed on it, and you grow stronger. You're like Malachor. It's in you, it's what you are now. You must have noticed as you fought across all these planets, killing hundreds, only to become more and more powerful. Why do you think that was?
But what's worse is that bonding you have. It hasn't gone away. It's gotten stronger, and the more attachments you form, the more you draw others to you.
And that is why you are a threat to us all.
What do you mean?
What if other Jedi went to war as you did, suffered the same events, and emerged as you did? What if there was a crucible that trained such Jedi to consume and kill?
For you, Malachor was that crucible.
What's worse is these Sith that we face. I fear that they have learned the lesson of Malachor all too well. It is what allows them to prey on Force users, to become stronger when Force sensitives are near.
Somehow they have learned their hunger from you. And so you have brought about the end of the Jedi, and perhaps all the knowledge of the Force. But it is of no consequence. Your ability to make such connections, such bonds so easily are why you cannot remain. You are a threat to living creatures and all who feel the Force.
You will lead the Sith here, and that we cannot allow.
Our judgment before remains. Exile. You must leave. And you must leave without your tie to the Force. It is a punishment reserved for only a few, and only when necessary. But we have the power to cut you off from the Force, and it must be done.
Forgive us, but it is necessary.
I won't give up on the Force. You must stop.
Do not be afraid. You shall feel no pain, but this must be done. As long as you feel the Force, you are a danger to those around you.
Enough! Step away from her.
What?
Step away! She has brought truth, and you condemn it. The arrogance. You will not harm her. You will not harm her ever again.
I thought you had died in the Mandalorian Wars.
Die? No. Became stronger. Yes.
Is this your new master, Exile? If so, then you follow Revan's path. Her teachings will cause you to fall as surely as he did.
We sought to lure the Sith out, and now they have come to us.
As you would pass judgment on her, I have come to pass judgment on you all. Do you wish to feel the teachings born of the Mandalorian Wars? Of all tragedies that scream across the galaxy? Let me show you. You, who have forever seen the galaxy through the Force. See it through the eyes of the Exile. How could you ever hope to know the threat you face when you have never walked in the dark places of the galaxy, faced war and death on such a scale? If you had traveled far enough, rather than waiting for the echo to reach you, perhaps you would have seen it for what it was. There is a place in the galaxy where the dark side of the Force runs strong. It is something of the Sith, but it was fueled by war. It corrupts all that walks on its surface, drowns them in the power of the dark side. It corrupts all life, and it feeds on death. Revan knew the power of such places, and the power in making them. They can be used to break the will of others, of Jedi, promising them power and turning them to the dark side. Did you never wonder how Revan corrupted so many of the Jedi, so much of the Republic, so quickly? The Mandalorian Wars were a series of massacres that masked another war, a war of conversion, culminating in a final atrocity that no Jedi could walk away from, save one.
And that is what I sought to understand. How one could turn away from such power, give up the Force, and still live.
But I see what happened now.
It is because you were afraid.
It is done. She is no more. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
Okay. You have gained a new light side force power. Force Enlightenment. Let's take a look at that real brief before we do some explaining. For some of you that don't know what just happened, a lot of you that are around, yes, you guys know what happened. Let's see here. Allows a Jedi to use the light side of the Force to enhance the Jedi's powers. The best of the Jedi's speed, armor, and valor power are instantly activated at a reduced cost. The power is useful to quickly become ready for difficult battles. So if I am understanding that correctly, activating Force Enlightenment activates all our Force buffs all at once. I think that's true. Okay, so as we see, if we look at Master Rook, Kavar, and Zez-Kayel, this master is dead, drained of life. His body is worse than lifeless. It's like an absence in the Force. So, what ended up happening was, Kreia did not exactly kill these three Jedi Masters. So what ended up happening was, she actually extracted the Force essence out of them, such as the way our character, the Exile, is currently. But we, of course, are a Cypher. We take all this Force energy in somehow still. And because we are gathering all around us, because we are a wound in the Force, she went and took away from them. And when she took away the Force from these three individuals, these individuals cannot let go of the Force, and they refused to let it go. And so when the Force was released from them, they actually died along with the extraction of the Force. It's kind of crazy stuff. And Kreia's gone. She thinks we're dead. I don't think she truly thinks we're dead. Because, you know, we're still here. And so is she. Bendo's band. That's cool. What does that do? Okay, I want to see. If we activate this, we have the Master Speed on. It doesn't exactly say if we have it like super on or not. Like it's not Master Speed or anything. It doesn't exactly say we're buffs. I'm going to assume it dies. Because if that's true, then that's crazy. Yeah, because look, all our stats are up. We get a plus 45 and 41 to hit. If we activate this, 49 and 45. So it doesn't activate everything. Okay. Well, I guess it's time we left this place. Yep. We can explore this place more thoroughly. See if there's anything else around. Huh. Okay. So yeah, the next destination would be Telos now. That is our next destination since, you know, the Masters are all dead. Whoa. Don't freak out. Okay, get some random mass armor. That's pretty whatever. So it's a big deal learning all this out. And I was trying to figure out the right dialogue option at the very beginning. I didn't realize picking one option, though, would, of course, lead to, you know, everything else just, like, tumbling the way it did. But it works out. Where is Kreia?
She's gone. The handmaidens came for her. They know who she is now.
Where are they taking her?
They'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do with anyone she thinks is a Sith.
She'll be executed.
Yeah, she will. If she can.
Well, the Sith are planning to attack Telos. Everything will be decided there, it looks like.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
Is something wrong? You look troubled. I can feel it.
Well, I fear I've been influencing you all without even realizing it, so yeah, it's a little stressful.
I do not understand what you mean.
Do you ever wonder why you're with me?
Never. I believe in what we are doing. What you are doing. I am here because I choose to be.
And what if the Force is just controlling all this?
I simply do. There is nothing I can show you as proof, except give you my word. Something happened within the Enclave. What is it?
Well, all the deaths I caused on Malachor might cause the death of the Force. And if that's true, then also everyone around me as well.
Then they do not understand you. That is the danger of being a Jedi. When one separates themselves from others, chooses to lead a life of isolation, denying what makes them a feeling being, it is easy to make such judgments. And such judgments, I believe, are made in ignorance. There is no danger in what you represent, other than your humanity. You change others, but I do not believe it is due to the Force. I believe it is because you are a natural leader, and because you feel connected to the people around you. Where they look at you and see the death of the Force, I look at you and see hope for all life. And that perhaps a life lived without the Force is not the punishment it is believed to be. I will understand if you feel you must go alone. I ask that you do not. Instead, take strength from your connections to others. Do not forsake them, as you did in exile.
It's kind of a little bit hard to take him seriously when he has that Sith mask on his face. Just saying. The Telos.
Who is there?
Who I am is not the question.
I am Atris, Jedi Master, the last historian of the Jedi, the last of the Jedi.
Those are titles, words you cling to as the darkness falls around you.
You are that which has attacked the Jedi. You are Sith.
Sith is a title, yes, but like you, the title is not who I am. It is not what I believe. For you, it is different. Know that there was once a Darth Treya, and that she cast aside that role, was exiled, and found a new purpose. But there must always be a Darth Treya, one that holds the knowledge of betrayal, who has been betrayed in their heart, and will betray in turn. You have bathed in the knowledge of the Sith. But there is not enough truth in such teachings. But it will be a step for you.
How did it happen?
Search your heart. It was never battle that called to you, never battle that caused you to fall. Malachor 5 has touched many things, and it casts its echoes still.
Why did she betray me?
You betrayed yourself. Do not blame the exile. And unlike you and I, there is still a chance that one may be saved. The one that you cast out.
Where is the exile? I had thought...
Oh, she will come, but it will be too late to save either of us. It is such a quiet thing to fall, but far more terrible is to admit it. Your mistress awaits. She has much to share with you.
Well, it's time that we confronted Atris and Kreia, if Kreia is still here. Let's see what happens. I think it's this way. Here we are. Oh, Kreia's gone. That's reassuring, I suppose, right? Of course. Everything's happening so quickly, is it not? Look at this place. Crazy.
She said you would come here, to this place. If you think you can defeat me here, you are wrong. All this collected knowledge, all these teachings of combat and the Force, they are mine to command. And if I must use it to end you, I will. Surrender. You need not die.
I see that you've fallen to the dark side, Atris. Surely you see that.
Atris? That is not who I am, not any longer. She has not existed for some time, I think. There was always something else within me. It just took time for its voice to be heard.
What? What happened to you?
The old woman you traveled with finally made me listen to myself, to the galaxy. She said that you would come here, and that you would face me in battle.
Atris, we really don't have time for this. We kind of need to unite to stop the Sith.
Yes, the Sith are here at last. You have brought them to this place as I had foreseen. It has all been part of my plans for you. And when I defeat you and the forces you have brought to Telos, I shall take the battle to the heart of the Sith and wipe them out forever.
What are your plans? What are you talking about?
These Sith are cowards, striking from the shadows to kill Jedi. I needed a target to draw them out, but I could not risk my own life, all that remained of the Jedi. So I arranged for you to return to the Republic, leaked information of your past, and then waited for the Sith to come. And they did. But you came to Telos against my predictions. Now they are here, I can finally face this enemy and defeat them.
Well, tell me about this place.
All the knowledge of the Sith, gathered from across the galaxy, brought here by my servants, so that I might uncover their secrets and use them to track them down. But now they have been drawn from the shadows of the Outer Rim, and the only final matter to attend to is finishing you.
So she surrounds herself in Sith holocrons. Lovely. I won't fight you. Surrender, and I will spare you.
Surrender to you? Never. Let us end this.
As you wish. Boop. And you must die. Disgusting.
Kill me. End this.
I want to think about that for a second. She says one drain life, and I'm like, bitch, please. And I fucking smack the shit out of her. Also, that Force Enlightenment only looks like it's only normal speed, burst of speed. It does not look like it's master speed. I should have got way more attacks. Keep that in mind. Okay. Kind of makes it bad, actually, doesn't it? I will not kill a helpless opponent, Atris.
I did not expect mercy from you, here at the end, after all that has happened between us.
Look, we have greater problems than this, Atris, and there's been enough killing.
If you will not kill me, then what will you do?
Tell me where Kreia is.
Where she walks is hidden from my eyes, but not from those of her kind. It is possible I may draw one last piece of knowledge from these holocrons. always knew where they were striking from. You always knew. These Sith are spawned of you. Spawned by the Mandalorian Wars. All those deaths. All those Jedi. Their power is to feed on life, until nothing is left except a hollow galaxy, echoing with the screams of the Jedi lost to us.
And is that where Kreia has gone?
Yes. I had thought she was awaiting me at that place, but I see now that she lied. It was not meant for me, but for you. She has gone there. She is waiting for you to travel to Malachor 5, to finish what you started.
What I started?
Yes. You are an echo in the Force. A hollow space where it has been wounded. It takes a great act of destruction to create such emptiness. But it can be done. It creates places where the Force is difficult to hear, and difficult to find one's way. And you carry it with you, always.
What does this have to do with Kreia?
Now she seeks to create another echo, a wound in the Force. Greater than the one before, greater than the one you caused. It will deafen all touched by the Force until no life is left. You were strong enough to withstand it once, but few have your strength in such matters, especially if they are unprepared.
Why would she do that?
I do not know, but she needs you there. If you choose not to follow, she will murder herself at the heart of Malachor, and you will die along with her.
Who is she?
She is one of the Lords of the Sith, one of those who murdered the Jedi, and she holds the death of the galaxy in her hands.
How is this possible?
Because she has gone to Malachor. She is waiting for you there. But you will not survive, Telos. Nothing will. It is because the greatest of her apprentices comes to Telos, and he will destroy everything, just as he destroyed Qatar and all the Jedi gathered there.
I've heard enough. This matter is finished.
And what will you do with me now? Abandon me here on this dead world, or end my life as I wish to end yours?
I need you to see what you've become, and turn away from it.
I tied my life, my decisions to the Jedi. Perhaps only in separating myself from the Jedi can I become myself again, learn who I am. Perhaps exile is what I deserve, even though it is many years too late and you have already returned. Leave now, while you can. Save Telos. Save the galaxy. Save yourself.
To sum things up, Kreia wants to destroy the entirety of the Force and everything it represents, creating a gigantic echo that extends throughout the galaxy and beyond. That's quite the feat if successful. But why? Why does she want to do it? An answer will come in time.
Well, what do we have here? I didn't believe it when Lino reported the Ebon Hawk had docked, but I guess it really has. Though given the trouble we've been having, maybe I shouldn't be surprised to see you. Lieutenant Gren, Sith forces have breached the module and are attempting to pen us up in the compound. Damn! Zeron, I need you and your men to break through and lead the assault. With pleasure, Lieutenant. All right, follow me.
How did this happen?
It came out of nowhere. A fleet of warships dropped out of hyperspace, and before we could scramble fighters to intercept them, we were under attack. There were Sith fighters everywhere, and the few flights we sent out were barely launched when the bombardment began. We did our best, but we couldn't stop the landing craft that followed the initial wave. We couldn't hold back the Sith troops. We chose to retreat and began the evacuation instead. Then there's also the fuel situation.
What's going on?
Because we don't have enough fuel, We won't be able to keep the station in orbit and operational and fight off the Sith at the same time. We'll try to make the best of what we have left, but it's going to be cutting it pretty close. The Sith numbers seem limitless, but we haven't lost all hope. We've heard reports that we might be receiving some assistance.
Have you heard any word of reinforcements?
A squad of troops sent by Queen Talia are currently trying to keep the Sith from sabotaging the station's fuel system.
Does this mean you won't be putting us into force cages again?
If you need to get to the Ravager, then you're gonna have to fight your way to the shuttle from here to the entertainment module, then make your way to the docking shuttle. Good luck.
Sounds easy.
Just say the word.
Indeed. So yeah, as of note, we will not be using Force Enlightenment because straight up is worse than Master Speed, because it straight up just turns our speed into Burst of Speed instead of Master Speed, which is freaking weird. I don't know why they did that. Also, why do we have it just Aten? We should be having others as well. I would normally bring Visas. I want to bring somebody who we haven't used in a while, so I'm going to actually bring Goto. I know. Blasphemy. I should be bringing Jedi. But this may be the last time we get to use Goto, which is why I'm bringing him. Theoretically, he should be using T3, but eh. Maybe I should just bring a crew of, droids. Nah. Looks like we're all set. And then this is also where we're going to end today's episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's episode. If you guys have, make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment. Tell me what you guys think of today's episode, of course. And if you're new to my channel or have been watching me for a little while, and you haven't done so, feel free to subscribe to me, MadSquash924, over on YouTube, where my channel is right there, as well as the entirety of Knights of the Old Republic 1, in its entirety. And don't forget to ring the bell as well if you want to get notified for when a new episode comes out. On the next episode, we are going to attempt to get to the docking bay so we can get to the Ravager. That's the goal. I'll see you then. Goodbye.